5 o'clock, let's go ahead and get started. The only thing we have tonight is Mitchell Community Schools, correct?
Yeah, they had asked for a variance on semi-traffic on Hancock, and so we tabled it to them now.
Yes. We're up to you, if you would like.
I'm sure you've heard about the building projects that we have going on. We have a four-court field house that's gonna be built where we tore down those 3 houses. It will be connected to the gymnasium, well, actually the junior high. There'll be 4 courts there, 200-meter track. Our hopes are to be able to open that up to the community once it's finished so that they can walk in inclement weather. We have turf football field that we're also going to prepare to play soccer on. So we'll have truck traffic with that. Baseball and softball fields are also going to be totally turfed. As a matter of fact, completely redone. The only thing that will be there that will be old will be the lights, the lamps, and the wiring. New dugouts, new total facade, all that, new backstops, new fencing, all that will be done. But we need a variance so that we can get truck traffic in. The safest way, it looks like to me, would be to come down Hancock Avenue. I can't tell you how many semis will be here or will be on that, but there will be a substantial amount of truck traffic. So as representative of Mitchell Community Schools, I would ask that you would allow us a variance so that we can get in and out and, take care of our building projects and make the public happy. And hopefully, I think the benefits for the city of Mitchell will be huge with that, because we're planning on a lot of tournaments, anywhere from volleyball to basketball. I heard you talk about archery. We're going to have archery here in this new facility. There'll be 2 wooden courts there and 2 synthetic courts where we can actually, in the wintertime, even push football sleds on that material. So it's something that will, from what I understand, there are no other facilities in Indiana that is like this facility that we're building here. And I can tell you that my phone rings on a regular basis of people wanting to know, first of all, how we're funding it and about it. And I've sent plans various places around the state. I would add that it's not going to increase the taxpayers' taxes 1 penny, because it basically is being financed off of bonds that have been up. So we've been able to get a lower interest rate, and so that's how we've incurred the money that we're going to spend on this facility. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I brought this along just to see if you haven't seen it. That's pretty impressive, I think. And being a lifelong resident here in Mitchell, something I never ever thought that I'd see here in Mitchell. But I think that's something the community can be proud of and can bring a lot of business into town. And we're looking forward to being able to have a facility like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Open it up for discussion.
Well, I guess I'll jump in there and start. I know we had discussed, ways to, if the road does get damaged or whatever, to have an agreement with the school. This was discussed at the last meeting. But I've checked with Lehigh, I've checked with other, utilities in the city. We've never had an agreement that they had to fix roads. Lehigh, I know they don't have a written agreement, but, they said, if there's something major damage, they'll work with the county, and I'm sure the city too. The school system, and the chamber's been involved many years ago, and of course the one example I had, and the chamber is not the city, local city government, but years ago they were going to tear down where Roy house used to be. And, they were gonna leave the chamber out in the cold to say, you know, the way it was gonna go down, because they had made the new, and, but, all the stuff that the chamber had done for the school, and they just wanted them to leave that building there until they had an appropriate place to work. The factory, when that burnt, or, you know, when high school burnt, they obtained that, worked with them, and, okay, I think the city, said, well, you know, to open up your doors to the city. But I think, I'm for the variance. I'm standing for the agreement that we have that you're absolutely. To the community, this community. And people know all about this project, so it's got to be pretty something special. And I think the will help, and like I say, if there is some issues, and, come back, have a contract that where you're gonna go back and we, you know, be able to exactly who did the damage. For the amount of time, and you said, what is it, maybe 2
2.5 years.
2.5 years, or
And we plan on, when the field house gets up and going, 18 months, it's supposed to be done. Lord willing, we get all the material and all that kind of thing, but we try to plan ahead, so we hope this is gonna be a relatively smooth process.
and, you know, I think, you know, it's a super benefit for the town.
I think the school system and City of Mitchell and everybody's always worked together well. And I think if there's any problems, I think we can work with them. And I don't know if there's need for a contract to, you know, I think that's just a little bit of, I think, just, I think it's gonna be an awful, big addition to the City of Mitchell that's gonna be something that's, for years to come, is gonna be a very big plus for us.
Yes, big draw.
Are you gonna limit when the trucks can come in and when they can be on the road? In other words, my opinion is they have no business on the road when school buses are on the road.
I would agree with that to a point. I don't know that I can absolutely guarantee that. They come from Jasper, Huntingburg, so I've been watching. They normally don't get here until after school takes up. I'm not gonna sit here and once this thing gets going and tell you that the steel workers won't be here bright and early in the morning. I don't know, I can't tell you that. I would say this, we would do our best to limit the traffic during school hours.
Well, I would just hate to see them on, I mean, it's full the way it is. And
Amen.
if you had to see semis while they're on there, and I'd hate to see that happen.
I agree. I would say I'd do my best to try to see that would be taken care of.
And you might remind them that speed limit is 20 miles an hour.
Semis, you know, they go GPS, but,
GPS, yeah, it is Indiana.
but, it should, you know, hopefully the ones that be involved in this will have, you know,
for the community, and I think we should go ahead and the
Vote.
I'll make a motion that, City of Mitchell on Hancock, gives a variance. You know, maybe run longer or shorter, but you guys will let us know.
I will.
That,
I
I'm
will.
in agreement with that, like I say, you know, I'm sure.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll make the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Let the police, sheriff, state police know that there's a variance for that.
I will let them know tomorrow.
So they don't have, those guys pulled over.
Okay, guys.
All right,
Need a motion to adjourn.
All we need is a motion to adjourn.
motion we adjourn.
Do we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Not board of work. Any opposed?